Welcome back. It's race day, so just coming out for a little shakeout this morning, get my legs turning over before the race tonight. So got a little bit more information on the race. It's a 7 p.m. start, so probably going to be quite warm at that time. It's the first race of the evening. We've been the B race. A good thing that I am in the B race because I don't want to be in the A race. Be a few quick people in there and might get carried away going off a bit too quick. So, and I wouldn't have any company, they'd just be lapping me multiple times. So my aim is still about 18 minutes, so I'm going to try and set off. I'll judge it pace wise on my watch because I'm not used to the laps on the track, but I think that sort of equates to, on the track, going through in about 45 seconds for the first half a lap, and then just under 1:30 for every lap from there. So that's the plan. Let's go and do it. So speaking of pacings on my watch, I've actually swapped wrists for my watch as I was getting a bit of a sore on the left wrist, and it feels so different. I feel like I've got my vest on backwards. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time, or probably the second or the third, but yeah, it just feels weird running it. I keep going like this and looking at an empty wrist on my watch. So I'm here at Loughborough University, just on my warm-up for the race tonight. So it's around about 20 minutes until my race starts. So just doing a quick loop of the block. I think it's about half a kilometre, maybe a kilometre, just to get, it's already warm anyway, try and get a bit of warmth in my muscles, get up and running. So we'll then do a few dynamic stretches just before the race, but I'm cutting it a little bit fine for time. So yeah, glad to have made it on time and looking forward to going for that 18 minutes, see how we get on. So it does bring back some memories, as I did study my degree here. It's always nice to have an excuse to come back. So just running around the Brockington Loop, which is, there's a cricket group around the cricket pitches there, just in the background, which is really flat grass, really good for training on. And then this loop is pretty good for a tempo session as well. So this isn't what I was expecting to be saying after a race, but actually this was my first DNF ever in a race tonight. So over all the distances I've done and all the races, it would be one of the shortest races that I've done. Turns out to be my first DNF. So what went wrong? I did step off with 2 laps to go. Was just finding it really tough from sort of the first 4 or 5 laps. So I set off at what would be about an 18-minute pace. I thought I was fit enough really to do that at the moment and aim for close to a PB. The first 4 or 5 laps felt pretty good, but then after about a kilometre, sort of 2 kilometres, did start to kick in and get tough, and I gritted it out for another sort of 4 or 5 laps, and it got to 10.5 laps in the end that I did just step off. And to be honest, when I stepped off, I thought I can't really be going much longer. I could just feel that the laps times were slipping away from me. What I needed was around sort of 87 seconds a lap, 88 maybe, for what I wanted, but it was dropping down to sort of 90 seconds, 91, all the way to about 95 by the time I was finishing. So yeah, unfortunately I took the decision to stop. Not really what I wanted to do. I do pride myself on giving it my all and trying to finish every race, but yeah, tonight wasn't to be. And yeah, I suppose I'll learn a lot from it. At the end of the day, it's only a race. Do feel a bit, I don't know, frustrated that I've come all the way here, entered a race, I've got to drive all the way back and got nothing to show for it really, other than those 3 letters DNF. But it will give me a bit of a kick up the backside with my training. To be honest, I haven't been as fit as I probably could have been at the moment. I've missed quite a few sessions, haven't really got that consistency in training since probably about the end of April, which was Manchester Marathon, and I think I do need that, as I say, kick up the backside to get out training a bit harder. And hopefully the next one I do will be a better result. So I think the next one track wise will probably be back here at Loughborough doing the 3k. So 3k I got past tonight, I got to about 4k 4,200 tonight. So yeah, 3k, a little bit shorter, try and go a little bit quicker on that one and get somewhere near what my old PBs were. So yeah, good bit of training over the next month or so. I should be back with a bang and back at Loughborough. Why not put it right straight away? So after having a couple of days now to process my thoughts on the race, I think it's really useful to have a reflection of some of the things that I thought might have gone wrong, what I could have done better, and try and analyse the reasons and why you had a bad race. So first of all, I'll just start off by putting a caveat on this by saying that I don't want to go in and make it a big deal that I've had a terrible race and focus on that. At the end of the day, it's just a race. I didn't finish it, but it's not the end of the world. Like, I still wake up tomorrow. I've still got a roof over my head. I've still got a job. Just do this as a hobby and something I enjoy. And it's all part and parcel of, you set yourself goals, you set yourself higher goals, and you're always not going to hit your goals all the time. So with that being said, how would I go about analysing what went wrong in a race and what went right in some races? But on this occasion, I'm analysing what's gone wrong. So something I would use is a small part of a sports psychology theory called attribution theory. So the bit that I'm looking at is whether I'm attributing something that happened, whether it's an internal or something that's external. So in other words, whether it's something I can control or whether it's something that's completely out of my control, because that part's easy. If it's something out of your control, you don't have to really worry about it, and you can just say that, oh, this happened on the day, and that's where we make excuses for things. So it could be like on Wednesday evening, the weather was warm and it was very hot, and that probably affected my performance. Another thing that was out of my control, that I was running a lot of the race solo. So they're two sort of excuses that are external, which I don't have to go into too much detail and analyse. The things I'm interested in are those internal things that I'd attribute my, let's say, failure. I don't like using the word failure, but that's what it is. I didn't achieve my goal, and that's what I'd attribute it to. So looking at the internal reasons, a couple of main reasons for this were, first of all, sort of the fitness and my general levels of fitness, and that's probably because of my level of training since the marathon. So for the past 6 or 8 weeks, I've wanted within myself to set myself sessions that are dedicated towards 5k and 10k training. I've gone in with good intention to do that, but throughout my training, I have flaked on a few sessions, I've missed things, I've probably not gone out with the intent in sessions as well. So I've maybe had a session on my plan and gone out to do, say, a 6 or an 8 by 3 minute session, but not gone all wholeheartedly into it, and probably held back a bit and just wanted to complete it rather than really run with intent. So yeah, they're just two of the things that I'd focus on. And then from these internal attribution reasons, then I can focus on areas where I can improve. So in terms of the sessions, it has given me a bit more motivation there in the short term to go out and do those sessions. So I will be reviewing my training and getting out for more of these sessions and looking at some of the reasons why I haven't been going out, and then tackling those reasons there to get me to go out the door, do those sessions and run hard in them. So that's some ways I can improve and turn it into a positive and really have a positive effect on my running going forward. And that does conclude today's video. So thanks a lot for watching. I'm sorry there wasn't a lot of running in this video, and it was more me talking about some of the things that went wrong. But I hope it's been useful and people can relate to that in their own training and racing experience. And what I'd love to know is if anyone's watching this and has had a similar experience in a race, be a DNF, be a time that they're not happy with, and how they've then gone about to turn that into a positive and get their running moving in the right direction again. So thanks for watching. See you again in next week's video.